pictures so they can remember me. When I die, I'ma be a legend. When I die, I'm gonna be a legend. When I die, I'ma be a legend.
How's it going, Zach?
Be a legend.
Morning, Marcel. How are you? Hope you had a good weekend too.
WTHC, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. That was Calligraphy, and that was Mr. Activated with I Am Legend. I Am Legend. I like it. What do you think, Dr. High?
I like it.
I like the vibe to it. What's going on, Zach Wright? How are you? Marcel, good morning. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate and love you guys. How was your weekend, Dr. High? You've been busy?
Yeah.
Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, it was a busy weekend, and then we didn't have power yesterday for about 7 hours.
Storms or you didn't
No,
pay the bill?
We I went out to Walmart yesterday morning, and I like to go right when they open. You know what I mean? So I
Chris.
out and as me and my wife are going, we see all the hydro trucks up and down the highway, cranes and everything, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they were replacing some of the poles. So of course there was no forenotice of it. When we left, there was power. When we came back, there wasn't, and it was off until like 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So give us a chance to do a little packing anyway and sorting through some stuff. But
well, at least it was off during the daytime where you could at least see, like when they put it off at nighttime, and then you're like, fuck.
Well, it'd be nice if they gave us some notice, though.
Well, absolutely.
They would have said, listen, the power's going to be out between 7 and 1 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Adjust accordingly.
Any kind of notice.
Yeah.
Would have been nice. Yeah.
And you, how was your weekend?
Oh, let me think. What did I do this week? Oh, I worked a lot this weekend. I was on the radio most of the weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did 2 days. I've been practicing because we have our friend Penis Envy is going to be joining us at WTHC Radio, and he is going to be DJing here, and I'm very excited about that. But
nice.
him and I are going to do a podcast very similar to this every night. So It's going to be him and I for 2 hours doing a podcast kind of like this, where we'll be on Facebook. We'll be playing a lot more of our independent artists like Calligraphy and Mall Black and Mr. Activated and Muck Sticky and all of our friends that have given us the rights to play their music.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk music, and we're going to interview all those guys that I just pre-mentioned and others, and as many people that we can. And it's not going to be strictly music. We're going to talk. We're going to steal that name I was telling you before. We're going to steal the name. Yeah. It's going to be called In the Clouds with Da.Hippie and Penis Envy.
I was going to say, you no longer have Penis Envy, so it's okay to invite one in on your show.
Speaking of Penis Envy, look at that shit.
It's now gone. I know.
Look at that profile. Yeah, look at that profile, man. He's standing up in attention this morning.
Good morning, Kelly. Chris, how are you? Fable Ann, Lauren,
down.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Good morning, everybody. All right, come on in with all the weed questions. Who's got weed questions?
Monday morning, wake and bake.
Yeah, I've been baking all morning, though.
Yeah, me too. I actually did a job interview today.
How'd that go?
Really well. It's an interesting position. It's an interesting position because it's how you doing, Georgia? Sean? It's operations coordinator for a licensed producer in Montreal. So I was a little concerned because I thought it was supposed to be about my ability to speak French, in which case I would have failed miserably. But
thank you so much.
We did the whole thing in English, and it went really well. So I don't know what's going to come out of it, but we'll find out.
Larissa wants to know what our favorite strains are. Mine is no longer being found. I'm a little disappointed, but it was I always liked that kosher tangy. Got me right where I wanted to be, and it tastes great.
And me, I'm Super Lemon Haze all the way.
Green.
I love my Super Lemon Haze.
Lori, you might be in the wrong room, sweetie. We don't.
Lori likes the green crack. I remember when Green Crack first came out, probably 2014, something like that. It was an awesome strain back then. I haven't seen it too often since, but
She
I
had
do
some
remember
recently.
when we first had the Green Crack. It was beautiful. How about you, Larissa? What's your favorite strain?
Yeah. What's everybody's favorite strain? Put it in the
Yeah.
chat. Mino's no longer. Dude is dead. Oh, I
Oh.
hate when dude dies.
And the grower has a lot to do with the strain, because you give the same strain to 100 different growers, and you're going to get 100 different results. So,
DoktorHigh, I got to interrupt for a second.
yeah.
Breaking news over the weekend. I saw it. I'm unfortunately not. I'm too high to remember, but it was great news for Pennsylvania people. They said something about they're gonna let us grow. It passed 33-3 or something like that. They voted over on Friday, and it's there's a couple different bills, and the way I read it, it's all good for me. Woo woo!
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to grow.
Does that mean you're not going to be able to challenge the laws now?
Wait. I'm remembering. Hold on. It's coming back to me. We're going to be able to purchase from the growers themselves here.
Oh.
So the grow, because there's only 25 licenses in the whole state or something, like you said, like in New York, how it was only 9. Well, there's 25 here, I guess, is what I'm remembering. I'm stoned, so don't quote me. But but I'm thinking they said 25 of them are illegal now. But the growing companies, and if you're a Pennsylvania growing company, please feel free to reach out to me and come on the show. But in fact, I'm going to reach out to Bobby this week, and Bobby over at My Tree, and see if we can get them on, because that'll be awesome, because that's probably affecting them very much so. Because then I can buy right from Bobby at My Tree, is what I'm understanding. And they're going to be passing the bill so that we can grow as patients as well. But legalization, recreation might still not be on the table still here in PA.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, right? But as long as they have a great medical pathway, that's usually my first concern, right? Like recreation, I think, is super important too, because I don't think anybody should be restricted access to cannabis. But I believe it's important that medical at least is established, right? If nothing else, let's at least have the medical, because it can help so many people, and then.
But they didn't say recreational was off the table. They just said that, they're going to monitor this, and then they're going to move forward.
Yeah.
I think Pennsylvania is just trying to not fuck it up like everybody else. Like everybody else dove into it and was like, yay, we did it. And now Pennsylvania's like, let's just take our time and we'll work it. Yeah. Like everything else, minimum wage is still $7.25 here, and it will be for another 3 years.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. How do people survive?
I don't know. I barely am.
$300 a week.
I'm barely surviving, bro. That's what I'm telling you. I don't make $7.25. I wish I made $7.25.
Wow.
But seriously, yeah, they have it. It's some sort of a plan where it's set up so over the next 3 years, it'll finally get to the $15 an hour that everybody else in the world has got. But that's our government for us. Woo woo. Mm-hmm. Let's keep on to the weed.
That's rough. The lowest minimum wage in Canada is $15.50 right now. That's the lowest in the country, I think. So $7.50 an hour is really like.
I might have had a little Bel Air Kush last weekend, I think.
I've not seen Bel Air Kush before. What do we get? Some of the other ones here. We got
garlic cookies. I see
garlic cookies. I love all the cookie strains.
Granddaddy Perp.
Nice. Granddaddy Perp.
Always a beauty.
One of my favorites.
Always a beauty.
Absolutely. Yeah. I first smoked that probably 10 years ago.
I think I'm smoking on Granddaddy Perp right now.
Yeah. Good old Uncle John. Was that the strain name, Fable? Uncle John? Not heard of that one. Bel Air Kush, I'm not familiar with either.
Well, Bel Air Kush is I think Billy Blaze is ready and willing to start selling his, but I think that Bel Air, like up there in Bel Air, Ohio, where we were. I think Bel Air is Billy Blaze, the Bel Air Holistic Cloud 420. Billy Blaze.
Oh, so he's worked out his own strain then.
The 6-footer had some in it. See?
Nice.
It's all coming together. It's all starting to come back as a memory.
Nice.
I don't
Come
remember.
back as a memory.
420.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're going to have the 420 kid on soon. As soon as you get over to Montreal and you get yourself settled, we're going to start bringing all of these people on. It's going to be amazing. Oh, I was hanging out with my friend Mike. Mike, one of the weed suit heroes. He's a great guy. He joined our Discord, so he's going to be here. He's going to come on. He wants to come on once a week. I'm thinking I'm going to have him come on a Saturday. Him and I do a little something on Saturdays and hang out because, man, they made me an honorary weed suit hero. I just have to go out and buy the suit. Unfortunately, the smaller size is an adult male small, and I don't know if I can adjust that no matter how hard I try. So now I'm trying to figure out how to sew.
Well, I did it for a couple of years. Once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad.
I used to sew. I actually took first place in home ec one year. I did. I took first place. I sewed a football like a bad.
What's up, buddy?
Uh-oh. Loki, you know we're on the air. Please behave yourself.
Oh, they're talking to you. Do you want to come see? You want to come say hi? Come on. Come say hi. Come say hi. I don't know what he wants. Oh, that's good news, Garrett. Nice.
What did Garrett do?
Oh, Garrett says a drug test wouldn't be a problem. We chatted just a little bit yesterday. He's got a new job, and they wanted to send him for a drug test. He wasn't sure how that would be, you know. So we had a little chat about it yesterday, and that's good.
Loki makes himself known. Yes, he makes.
Yes,
we know he's here. We should do our commercials and get ready for our 420 song. Mm-hmm. You know which one it's gonna be. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, Loki makes himself known. He's a pain in the butt. He's going to be a bigger pain in the butt come next week when I got to walk him a couple times a day because he doesn't have a big yard anymore. And that's when it's going to be a pain in the butt, pain in my butt.
Yeah, well, you're the one that made this decision, sir.
Oh, anyway, but I love that boy. Whatever's best for him.
Let's do our commercials and we'll be right back. You're hanging with Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh. Don't go nowhere, guys, over here on Facebook and YouTube. You never know what happens behind the scenes.
Okay, men.
Da.Hippie doing this.
Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're going to go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you going to do?
You're going to burn that thing one day.
A little teabagging for you.
You're emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy.
No problem, Garrett. Anytime.
About the pharmacy.
He's actually a mix of 4 breeds. He's a terrier, bull terrier, pit bull, and boxer.
Give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. I'm going to go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen.
Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. Public service announcement brought to you by.
He's a good dog. He's pretty mellow, but
and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing. But not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid.
DoktorHigh, I left my mushrooms at Curly Kell's house. I'm a little disappointed.
In your community,
has she tried them yet?
.org.
No, she refuses.
Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Well, that's good.
Hey, Mississippi.
Well, it's good because I'll eventually get them, but it's not good that I can't have them right now because
crystals.
Oh,
man,
well,
I'd
I
like
thought
to
you were
chill
gonna
out
have
and
them on
watch these
Facebook and on
lights.
TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays,
Oh, that's funny.
Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great
7-month-old
finds.
boxer,
That sounds like
a
a great
5-month-old Texas
That's
red nose with a cane
badass
corso.
crystals on
I
TikTok.
tell you, I love Cane Corso.
Also, on the
That's
top
going to
about
be
being
my next
talking
vlog,
head.
I think.
They are badass.
Have a good afternoon, Marcel. Make sure that one of the errands you run is downstairs to Tokyo Smoke and pick yourself up a little something. Oh, nice.
I'm on a roller, a real dope
Maybe I'll just
smoker,
dominate.
poker,
My
a
daughter
loner,
has
dope smoke choker, play poker with owners for pounds
my
at the
daughter
brew,
is
and
very,
tobacco in the bone,
very
with treat
dominant
real
animal.
smoker. I'm a stoner, a roller, a real dope smoker, toker, a loner, dope smoke choker, play poker with owners for pounds that they're growing, tobacco in the bone with trees real moker. I'm a real one, 100 double O's at the end. I keep it real shit, I don't play pretend. Don't beg, fuck handouts, I earn dividends. Spend my way to the table, hard work with my friends. Don't trip, small shit, gon' turn to big hits. Fucking up the game with missions of success. Partners with my team, we gon' plan for the best. Shout out cuz gon' eat with our friends. So let Jay put the hash in it. Hit it twice, then I'm passing it. Got a ash, then we tapping it. Got a ash, then we tapping it. Roll a J, put the hash in it. Hit it twice, then I'm passing it. Got a ash, then we tapping it. Got a ash, then we tapping it. I'm a stoner, a roller, a real dope smoker, toker, a loner, dope smoke choker, play poker with owners for pounds that they're growing, tobacco in the bong with trees real moker. I'm a stoner, a roller, a real dope smoker, toker, a loner, dope smoke choker, play poker with owners for pounds that they're growing, tobacco in the bong with trees real moker. Fact is I'm up, y'all can never put me down.
DoktorHigh, I apologize. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm
So
high.
I'm walking on the ground, smoking
What?
a equivalent to a pound.
You'll see.
No ego on
You'll
me,
see.
who are you? Blaze from the hash and a roll, keep me cool. Don't need nobody, myself, not a fool. My brothers around, they license the tool. Fact is I'm up, y'all can never put me down. Smile on my face, it won't never be a frown. 10 toes on the floor, so I'm walking on the ground. Smoking the air, equivalent to a pound. I'm happy, no ego on me, who are you? Blaze from the hash and the roll, keep me cool. Don't need nobody, myself, not a fool. My brothers around, they license the tool.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Good morning, Tom. How are you? Welcome in, everybody.
We are
Stick
your
around. We're
trusted
going to have a
source for
great day.
premium herbs and
DoktorHigh.
concentrates.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
do they have weed?
What do you
Our
think? Are we
dedicated
making
teams here to
CBD
guide
today,
you on your
or?
wellness journey.
I got everything I need to do it right out already. I pulled it out this morning if you want to.
All right, then I think we're making
Tailored
CBD.
Herbs and
Mrs. Hippie's hands are here and ready to work.
2941 Highway 11.
Yeah, I kind of figured out how I can log in with my phone and set that camera up so I can kind of show it where you can see.
Is that why I had two of you here earlier?
Yeah.
Tailored Herbs and
I was
Concentrates.
wondering.
Well,
Oh, see one double.
Well, part of the problem though, there was a pretty bad echo, but I turned the mic off and it seemed to go. So
Yeah. See, I wanted to be able to play two of our friends, so I played T-Flow, Smoker. Now it's 420, and now I'm playing the enlightened ones, Gucci Green. And then we have to talk about the word of the day.
which is something buds, huh?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. That's it. I was tuned in this morning.
See, that's how I know if you're listening or not.
Yeah, I was tuned
Words
in
of the day, DoktorHigh.
6 to 10:30. And I did my interview, and then smoked a joint, and then I logged in for this. Huh?
Please don't want no problem, cause you know
Can't hear
I'm
you.
psychotic. So what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. So what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. So what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. This life I'm living is something I could never envision. Just push your limits, go get it. I promise you'll get it. I started from the bottom, smoking roach after roach. It ain't no problem, more fire than lava. I'm the king of the jungle. My name Mufasa, lion roaring like a monster. This the appetizer, you my main course, and that's not surprising. How can you tell me that this ain't fuego? They know that's why they be screaming out my name, ho. Hey, yo, this that shit. Grab a 40 and a split. Light it up, let's get trippy up in this bitch. No, I'm not one for quitting, I'm too legit. That's why I said he be making hits. Coincidence? Not likely, but what's the difference? Nothing, bitch. So, I'ma ask you one more time what you need. Ready for anything, don't fuck with my company. R.I.P. to this beat. Gucci green, the best thing you ever seen. Waking up at the crack of dawn for a G. You a V. Said what you need. I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho.
About time, Kelly Collins.
Kelly was here earlier.
3 joints without you.
That it
Yeah,
does.
you got no anxiety, man. Everything's great. WTHC. I always forget that this song ends and they give me like 3 minutes of extra time. And I'm like, it still had like a minute left, but it's just nothing. You know, it's quiet. It just ran long, I guess. But
They're probably smoking the Gucci green and forgot to press the stop
turn
button
it
at
off,
the end of the recording session.
I smoked the Gucci green and I forgot to turn it off, bro.
That's gotta be what it is.
That's all right. I don't mind because it gives me time now. We have more time. We're here. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Or good night, actually, because I think our friend Steve is actually in bed sleeping, and he'll wake up shortly to say good day.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Australia is, but it's at least 12 hours ahead. And it might be more.
All right. So that was your cousin, Uncle Roach.
Not
Green.
right now, buddy. Oh, sorry, that was the dog.
Oh.
He's crying for something. I don't know what he wants. Probably a carrot, but he's already had one this morning.
Wants a treat. So what are we talking about? We got to talk about a bunch of shit. We want to make the stuff, but we need to come up with a name for the show. So do it. Do whatever you got to do. Make up some names or whatever.
Well, there's a couple there that Garrett sent last week that I like. Let's run through a couple of them and see what you think.
I like them all.
Well, not all of them. I don't. I mean, they're all okay, but
Gorilla Glue,
like bang, like where's some of the ones I really liked.
You got
I like
a black dot on your forehead, bro.
Yeah, it's probably a fly. There's so many flies in here.
I saw that shit.
I got 4 dogs living out back, right? 3 of my brothers and 1 that's mine. So the flies love this area. This is a popular.
Let's do it. Gorilla Glue. I think that's what I'm smoking now.
Gorilla Glue, nice. So you got Cannabis Chronicles, which is okay. Ganja Gurus. Blazing Trails isn't too bad. I liked Potent Perspectives, but let's see what else we got.
I like that one.
Bud Banter. Elevated Exchange.
There was one that was really good. I thought that
Dank Dialogues I like quite a bit too.
Yeah.
Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh's Dank Dialogue. I'll break down so toxic. I'm looking through like 50 of them as I'm going down here.
Yeah.
Reefer Reflections. The Hippie and Dr. High's Reefer Reflections. Token Tales, Sensi Safari. Herb Haven, no. Cannabis Cabal. That'd be great if we mixed in a little witchcraft.
Witch, where are you, you witch?
The Hippie and Dr. High's Ganja Gazette.
Ganja Gazette.
Ganja Gazette.
Now we got to think about like what we're doing here, what our goal is, because you want it to sound. I don't want them to think that they're coming to watch a bunch of stoners get high. You know what I mean?
No.
So I like the Gazette. I'm not against it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, we got to, whatever we pick, it has to be catchy, attractive like me.
Yeah.
And smart like you.
I know. That's the whole problem. It's got to be catchy. The rest I agree with.
like herpes catchy.
That's great. The Hippie and Dr. High's Herbal Horizons.
Herbal
Horizons.
Herbal.
The Hippie and Dr. High's Potent Podcast.
Potent Podcast. Now, that's not a bad one.
No,
Potent.
not bad at all. Yeah, there's so many here. It's hard to get through them at all.
Anybody hear anything that kicks out at them? Like we got to figure something out. Like we're doing this next week, I think, or in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, by the time we get it sorted out and get that paperwork done, and
the paperwork is basically done. I just got to delete a couple crappy ass names and put your name in there.
Chronic Chats. Elevated Exchange. The Hippie and Dr. High's Elevated Exchange.
Well, I'm the elevated part.
Bud Banter. Bud Banter's not bad.
The Hippie and Dr. High's Bud Banter.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Potent Perspectives.
Impotent Perspectives.
Yeah. Well, you're not anymore.
Impotent. Potent Perspectives.
Nobody's upset with you, Marcel, I don't think. I mean, that was addressed the other day, and I think it's over and forgotten, eh, Hippie?
Yeah.
As far as we're concerned.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, yeah.
So I wouldn't be concerned with that, Marcel. You're always welcome. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this name. I don't know.
Oh, I thought we were on to something here.
With which one?
Oh, now you just threw me off. Now I'm like, I don't know either. I don't know either now. I don't know.
Help.
Potent. I like Potent Possibilities. What did you say it was? Potent
Perspectives.
Yes. The Hippie and Dr. High's Potent Perspectives. Pot Perspectives. Oh, God. Why has this got to be so hard?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
We're getting no help from anybody out there in the chat. Come on, help us out here. We're too high for this.
It's just, there's so many in front of me. It's really hard just to pluck them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Oh, everybody, it's my daughter.
Oh.
Hey.
There we go. It's Miss Hippie.
No, Little Hippie. It's one of the
Little Hippie.
One of the little hippies. That's
nice.
My bigger of the two hippies. My big little hippie.
Yeah, it's a lot to pick through. But there's some good ones in there. We just got to narrow it down to 4 or 5, and then kind of put together
Little Mississippi.
Some input from from our community here and try and sort it out. Because we're going to be international once we make this.
Excuse me, sir. I am
story.
internationally known, but I am known to rock the microphone.
This is true. Well, we already are international in some respects, but
Live 365 is throughout the world. You can hear
Yeah.
me every day on Live 365, anywhere in the world. But go ahead. Yes, I know what you were saying.
yeah. Well, I don't know if we can run a poll, Garrett, on 15 names, but I see 4 or 5 there with potential.
Yeah, but we got to do this. We got to take
If
care
you
of
got
this.
that same list there, Garrett, still, can you send that to the hippie so he can look through the same one I have?
I don't want to look through shit. I got cotton eyes, bro.
Cotton eyes to go along with your cotton mouth, huh?
Yeah, I got cotton mouths, cotton eyes. I ain't got time to be looking at shit.
That's
Thank you, Luke.
funny.
Thank you. At least
That's
somebody has some
funny.
respect for me. Luke. No, listen. You are in charge of naming it.
Oh yeah,
Yes. Name it whatever you want.
DoktorHigh and that guy.
DoktorHigh and the asshole. I don't care. Whatever. DoktorHigh and the high guy. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to call it. Let's just do this shit.
Yeah.
I want to be famous.
Yeah, you can put it into the chat, I suppose. Maybe you could break it down into smaller chunks, though, Garrett. I don't think anybody. You put that in the chat, and it's just going to feed the whole chat.
Why don't you just give him 5 names that you find that we find attractive, and then we'll just let them pick. Mr. Activated is in the building. Hi, Mr. Activated. How are you? We just played your song right before we came on. Mr. Activated. I am a legend.
I got to get back to him now. Where was it?
Yeah. So like we could pick up a couple, like 4 or 5, and then let Garrett put them in there, and then we'll pick from them. I mean,
Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh, Ganja Gurus.
I like it. That's 1.
Weed Wisdom.
That's 2.
Blazing Trails. But we're not really doing that.
I don't like that one.
Potent Perspectives.
I
We
like
liked that one together, didn't we?
I just got to practice spelling potent perspectives every day. Fuck.
Well, have you ever figured out how to spell impotent?
Oh, welcome in, Mr. Activated. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. What did you? Hey, Billy Blaze is in the house too. Billy Blaze. Everybody from
Billy
Ohio.
Blaze.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Dash. Who else has joined us?
Zach is obviously
so potent perspectives.
We're trying to come up with a name for our show. We're going to be worldwide now. We're going to Canada, and we're going to be on TV there, right? Is it TV? Tell me about this stuff, Dr. High. I have no clue what we're doing.
Well, we'll be going live, I think, on the Pace Radio Network. So people advocating cannabis education.
Yeah.
And I believe that that's going to run at the same time live on CBG TV.
Right.
And then from what I understand, on weekends where there isn't a live event to cover, a cannabis show or a festival or something of that nature that's being covered, then they'll rerun our content on CBG TV on Saturdays.
Woo, woo.
So
now, as an American, I will never get to see that on TV, huh?
Well, it's online. It's
it
online TV, like it's online radio, I think. Yeah.
Oh, like this?
Yep, from what I understand.
Cool. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we
It'll
have
be
to
good.
come up with a name besides hanging with the hippie and Dr. High. I mean, I love that, but
yeah. The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Dank Dialogues.
Dank Dialogues. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not against that one.
So that's 4. I don't know if Garrett's keeping track of them.
Very awesome. I'm very excited. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and stopping by. Please do that stuff that everybody tells you to do. I don't know what it is. Like and subscribe and share and do all that other stuff. We're supposed
Thank
to tell
you,
you.
Sean.
We're almost to
We're
a
pretty
million.
excited.
I think we got 111 now. 111.
We're on our way. And it's grown quite a bit since we started, so it's all going right.
It's going awesome. It's blowing up. We're blowing up.
Exactly.
They just don't
All
know
right.
it.
So if you want to keep track for a minute, Garrett, we'll pop out some of these ones that were okay.
You're making them harder for me, Garrett. What the hell? I can't spell symposium every day.
Yeah, no.
Chat GBT and all my whole day away over here.
Yeah, that is complicated. That one. Do we like herbal hour? No, because we're more than an hour, so that doesn't work.
Herbal day.
Okay. So the Hippie and DoktorHigh's Cannabis Chronicles we liked.
Yes.
We liked the
Boo
Hippie
boo.
and DoktorHigh's Ganja Gurus.
Eh.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Weed Wisdom.
You're the wisdom. I'm the weed.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh Blazing Trails.
I don't like that one.
You don't like that one?
I
Okay.
feel like we're in an old country western show. I don't know. Blazing Trails.
So we did like the Hippie and DoktorHigh's Potent Perspectives, correct?
I do like that one.
So
I'll have to work on spelling, but
yeah, it's going to be pretty easy. So that's 2, Garrett, right there. Okay, so the first one is number 2. The next one is number 8. The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Can of Conversations.
Yeah, I'm not against that one. I mean, I think we could do better.
So let's enter number 10, Garrett. THC Talk.
No.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Bud Banter.
I like that one. That's okay. It's not. We need something.
All right, so we'll keep 13, Garrett.
We need to wow them.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Hemp Huddle.
Hemp Huddle.
Hemp Huddle.
No.
The Hemp Huddle and the Cuddle Puddle.
We're not talking just hemp here. We're talking cannabis.
No, I know. The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Elevated Exchange.
I'm okay with that. I'm all right.
Yeah, I kind of like that one too. So Elevated Exchange, that's number 15, Garrett. Number 15.
Blood Banter
the
is
Hippie and DoktorHigh's Chronic Chats.
Nah.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Dank Dialogues.
You like that one. I'm okay with it. Hi, Jules. How are you? Welcome in.
17 will keep Garrett. Hey, Jules, how are you?
We're trying to come up with a name, guys. Help us out. If you see something, you hear something, you come up with something, we got to come up with a name.
Well, what we're going to do now is we're narrowing it down, and then Garrett can get them up posted, and then people can see what we're talking about, and then maybe we'll get the feedback we need to make a decision.
Yep, hopefully, because we got to do this. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being here. He says you're good. He's following along. He's doing a great job. Thank you, Garrett. You're amazing.
Thank you. The Hippie and DoktorHigh's THC Theories.
No, they're not theories. These are facts.
Yeah, that's true. We try not to work on theoretical grounds.
Right.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Green Guidance.
That I'm not against.
Number 21, Garrett.
Guidance. I mean, Billy Blaze, Hippie, and DoktorHigh Elevated Perspectives.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm all right with that one. I like
that, yeah.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Elevated Perspectives.
The Hippie and DoktorHigh's Herbal Haven.
Yeah, we're going to start a poll on the page today, I think. We're just trying to get some names to the one dude, Garrett, who's going to collect them all.
Yeah, so we can narrow it down because we've got like 50 of them here. So we have to narrow it down to run a poll.
There was like 50 when it came up.
Yeah. So what did you think about Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Herbal Haven?
Herbal. I need you to say herbal because I don't like herbal.
Herbal Haven.
Herbal Haven. No, I don't like it.
Okay.
Sounds a little.
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Psychedelic Symposium. That's okay, but the problem is that we don't really get that much into mushrooms and psychedelics.
I mean, we get into them, but we
Yeah,
don't.
well, yeah, exactly.
If I can get them back from Curly Cow, God damn it!
How you doing, Raggy?
Good morning, everybody.
Herbal supplement. Yeah. Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Reefer Reflections.
I'm not against it. I like reefer. I like reflecting.
So that's 30, Garrett. Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Mary Jane Musings. That would be a whole nother topic, I think.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Elevated Exposition. Well,
elevated.
It's Da.Hippie who seems to be exposing himself a lot lately.
Hey.
I've yet to do so and most likely won't.
Oh, we'll
most
see.
Most likely won't.
We will see about
you
that.
Never know.
You never know. Dr. High might pull his
you
little.
Never know. You never know.
Why does it look like I got arthritis?
I don't know. Is it possible to hold a magnifying glass up to the camera and actually magnify images beyond it?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll ship what out.
If you're going to see, you might have to.
Lori says she likes to expose herself. Well, thank you, Lori. Good news. Good news.
All
right, we got 20 freaking wonderful people in here. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out.
Yeah, nice.
Really, we gotta move along because if we're gonna make CBD, I gotta get Mrs. Hippie's hands in here, and she's got to go back to work in a little while. She said, "I'll come home, make CBD for you," but then I got to go back.
So
to
let's
work.
run through the rest of these quick then, because we only got a few more to go through.
All right, I'll keep my comments limited.
Yeah, keep it to it. You like it or you don't like it.
All right.
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Token Tales.
No.
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Sensi Safari.
No.
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's THC Trek.
No.
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Ganja Gazette.
I'm not against it.
So that's number 40, Garrett. Da.Hippie and Dr.High's.
Not really a newspaper. We're not really a newspaper, but I mean, we can be, I guess.
Well, we do talk about some cannabis news.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
all right. How many do we have already? How many do we have already? Because once we get all
6.
All right. Once we get those, then we should probably go through them one more time and cut it down again.
Yeah, we only got about 4 or 5 more to go through here, and then we'll have kind of a list to work on.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Herbal Horizons.
Herbal Horizons. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you, everybody. We got 25 people here now. You guys are amazing.
Brandon, how's it going?
He says 12 so far. Your counting's a little off there, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little off.
A little off.
So, Herbal Horizons?
Smoke them if you got them, guys. Smoke them if you got them. It's time. Yeah.
Did you have an opinion on that one?
Oh, yeah. No, my opinion is no. We're on at noon. Okay. We're not.
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Potent Podcast.
I'm not against it. I kind of like it.
So that's 45, Garrett.
All right. That's 13.
Elevated Encounters. Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Elevated Encounters.
Hippie in high school. What was that last one? I'm sorry. Counters of
Da.Hippie and Dr.High's Elevated Encounters.
No, I mean, I don't know. That's up to you. I mean, we have encounters. We talk about encounters. We are elevated.
And the last couple, like Chronic Converse, Dank Dispatch, and Toker's Tribune.
No.
I think we can bypass. So I think we have a pretty good list there.
13.
Did we end at 13 here? My lucky number 2.
13's my lucky number. I have a tattoo.
There it is. Tattooed right on my forearm.
tattooed right on my arm, but I can't show you because I don't have enough hands. Brandy! Shooting at us again. Get down.
Hey, Arissa. Yeah, there it is. The buttholes, the black suns, and the bullets.
All right, we got to do a commercial, and then we'll talk about. You guys can talk about that while we're doing the commercial. We'll be right back. You're hanging with the hippie and Dr. High. Don't go nowhere, please. Dr. High might whip it out.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute.
One can only hope.
Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can, making sure they're safe and comfortable. But it's just as important you take some time for yourself. At AARP, we can help with information and useful tips on how you can maintain a healthy life balance, care for your own physical and mental well-being, and manage the challenges of caring for a loved one. Because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can provide for your loved one.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
All right, class. Let's hear what everyone did this weekend. Jill?
Well, I raised my older
Yeah,
sister
guys,
to
you
a
can
big
always
oak
hear
tree.
us.
It
I'm
was
on
at least
all day. I
100
start
years
at
old.
8 o'clock
My
in the
mom said I
morning,
must
and I
have set a
go
record
until
or
10
something.
o'clock at night.
And then we went down by a stream and
day
fished up on this
on
huge
WTHC
rock
radio
and saw
on
all
Live
these little
365
minnows swimming
or
around way
TuneIn.
below us. And then I rescued my little brother from an evil slug king who was
not
guarding him
just
at the bush
this.
fortress. And my sister and I
There's a
brought him
whole
back to a
radio
super twin fort for safety. And then we all laid out and told stories
Tell your
until it
Alexa,
got dark. And the Big
WTHC
Dipper
on
led us all the way home.
Live 365.
Where were you, Jill? Yeah. We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
free.
Anyone want to come this weekend?
Play it in
Ask your
your
parents to take you and your
head
friends to the
shop,
forest this
maybe.
week and find the fun, adventurous you. It's closer than you think.
If you
Check out
owned a head
discovertheforest.org. Brought to
We
you
should
by
talk
the U.S.
about that, Brandon. I got some resources that you might be able to
You
contribute.
know, in Middletown, New York area,
Revamp
the space. Ugly walls, like Collins Pink.
all about cannabis that I'd be more than happy to
Absolutely,
share with
Brandon.
any
I
kind of
told you
veterans
that we wanted to talk to you.
organization or, yep, 100%. I'd like to talk.
Everything's going to kind of come together in October, the beginning of October. Once Dr. High gets to his new location, everything is going to start to gel.
Yeah.
Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m.
Thank you, Garrett. What we really need to do is create some kind of poll on your Facebook or my Facebook. And
certified medical grade
I don't
water.
know, can we put in 13 topics at once?
Water, including healthy alkaline.
I don't
There's
know
a
what you're
5
saying. I
micron
can't hear a
filter that
word.
lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to
Crazy
30
woman's
years.
yelling in my ear.
Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org.
Beautiful, Brandon. Thank you.
Plus, pay for any
Yep.
machine in full and
We
get
should
an
get together on that topic, and I can
Change
get you
your
some
water
master
and change your
copies
life.
that you can
water.org.
distribute amongst the veteran community.
WTHC, we're back, and Dr. High is always networking. He's such a good guy, always trying to help people. This is a big one that we care about very much, though, is the veterans. The veterans are very important to us over here. They should be getting all of their weed for free here in the United States. That's I'm putting that bill across the table.
You know what Canada spent last year on cannabis for the veterans?
No.
$167 million. The federal government paid for cannabis medicine for the veterans here in Canada.
That's it.
You got to remember, we're a much smaller country, right?
That's a
like I don't know how many veterans there are
We're
in
trying
Canada.
to make
but
it sound good here, Dr. High. You're not making it sound good. I'm trying to put a bill across the table, and you're making it sound like we're going to spend tons of money.
Well, I can tell you that the one veteran that I spent a little bit of time with last summer, who was in the medical cannabis program, he had no shortness of product. That is for sure. They gave him all he needed, and in many different forms, from edibles to consumables to strips to all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah.
Really very
And
good.
I want to shout out Lori's dispensary. Yeah, she went to this new dispensary. She loves it. It's called the Next Level Wellness number 4. That's their 4th location, the one closest to Lori. But they are amazing. She said they took care of her. She got free gifts when she came in. She walked out high. I think no, she didn't walk out high, but she walked out with a lot of medicine for a very
Well, the next
affordable
time
price.
you're ready to go, Lori.
Yeah, they
Little
said they want to
Dr.
come
High,
on the
I'm
air.
working
They said they want to come on the air and talk to us about it and about themselves and stuff. So that's
That'd be
very
awesome.
interesting as well. Yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah,
That
I
would
look
be
forward
awesome.
to that. Yeah,
For sure.
amazing. Lori's amazing. If you can get
Well-
over her annoying voice, she's really amazing. I'm just kidding, Lori. I love your voice. Mwah.
That's it, eh? That's funny.
They want to see. She said it. They want to come. They did. Not anymore. After I just made fun of her, she's like, "Fuck you, hippie."
They also want us to go.
They also want to go with us on the
cannabis
next
trip.
cannabis trip. Yeah, they were like, "We're coming with you to the
Nice.
next OVDJ camp out." Yeah, so we're gonna have that dispensary come and hang with us at the OVDJ.
Hold on, I'm just going to throw this phone on the charger so we can use the camera to make the oil.
You should probably place it on the charger. Don't throw it.
Yeah. Well, I just, the battery's running kind of low and I don't want it to run out in the middle of this process.
Yeah, that means everybody should be telling their friends. We're gonna make the CBD today. I'm pretty sure we're gonna make the CBD. I think I have it. I have a scale. I have my cup thingies that you told me. I got MCT oil. The only thing I really don't have. Can when the finished product, can it stay in the big bowl that I'm gonna mix it in and stay there until I have my containers cleaned and ready to go? I didn't clean and
What are you going to mix it in?
my corrugated things. I got a really big one. I think that'll hold it all. I hope.
Okay. I don't think we want to keep the puff and prognosis in, Garrett. I think we're just going to go at the Hippie and Dr. High to start, and then we're looking for an ending, eh? What do you think, Hippie?
Yeah, the Hippie and Dr. High, sexy bastards, something like that.
That's it.
Something along those lines.
That's funny.
Right.
No, so when you do the mix, you're going to do it in what type of container?
Well, what do I need? Do I need like a pot or a bowl or?
No. Generally, I would use a small mason jar.
I was going to use this.
Oh, that'll work. That beaker will work.
Okay, now my question is that I haven't officially cleaned out all of my my containers that I'm going to use to put my juice into.
So, are you going to put your juice into your vape juice containers?
My older ones are these, yeah, but I have to clean them out.
So you'll pick up a little bit of flavor anyway, which would be good. I wouldn't actually clean.
Oh, I wouldn't clean them out then. I'll leave that tiny drip of nicotine in there. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then,
Don't clean it out because that'll add a decent flavor for you.
My question is, Mrs. Hippie doesn't have time to drip it into the little bottles. Can I leave it until after the show and then I can pour over into the it'll sit in this beaker and it'll be okay until the end?
It'll be fine.
All right. Now I have my scale. I have my little beaker things. I have my powder. I got my MCT oil.
So are you going to do a full 120 mLs?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been thinking about it. You know what? I think that I'm going to go full force here. I want it to be a good, strong CBD. So whatever that is. Whatever I got to do to make it a good, strong, so maybe less MCT. I don't know what we got to do, but I want to be able to feel that CBD when I take that hit. I want to remember that day I told you that dude came into the store and he gave me some good ass CBD, and I just vaped it and I actually felt that for the first time in my life. My head slowed down, my body felt mellow, and I was like, "Damn, that was good shit." Now he had a little flavor to his, but
we can go.
We'll work on that in the future.
Like if we go with 4 grams of CBD into your 120 mLs, you're going to each 1 ml. So each 1 ml cart, like you would have from the dispensary, would have 90 milligrams. but we can max out all the way on your CBD. So we can put in 10,000 into 100 milligrams or 100 milliliters. And let me just, instead of relying on my brain to do the math, let me just pull up a calculator here. Calculator, so 10,000 divided by 120. So each milliliter would be 83 milligrams. How many times can you fill your vape cart or your vape pen from a 120 ml bottle? 4 times?
Yeah, I've never really sat and counted it. No, way more than 4. I would say probably 15 or 20 times a bottle.
Okay. So let's look at it from that perspective, though. Let's look at it from a perspective of 15 fills.
Well,
from
Larissa,
120
sweetie,
milliliters.
hold on, Dr.High.
Yep.
Larissa, great news. You're here just in time. Today's the day. We are going to make our own CBD. Now, you're going to have to order the powder like I did and wait for it to come, but you'll be able to go back and watch the show to refresh your memory on how to make it. But we're going to make it so that you are going to love it, and it's going to save you tons and tons of money. So,
Yeah,
being
that
said,
it will save you a lot of money. That's for sure.
yeah, we're going to do it right now live. Dr. High and Mrs. Hippie. Mrs. Hippie!
So this is kind of funny math, but if we make your 120 mLs and you can fill your vape 15 times,
yeah,
you'll have each fill 666 milligrams. So 666 will be the number of milligrams of CBD for each time you fill it.
That sounds like the devil. The devil.
And it was 666.666666667.
Oh,
so you were covered.
I am the devil. I'm the devil.
Yeah.
All right.
So theoretically,
yeah,
we can do your full thing of CBD into that.
Well, I was thinking about it when you was doing the math, and I didn't want to hurt your feelings because I know you did all that math and thinking and stuff. But we should do it so that everybody can do it, so that it's the same. And then in the future, everybody can talk to us about adjusting their CBD levels in the future, the next batch that they're going to have to make. Don't you think?
All right.
Instead of making it for me because it'll be very strong because I want it to be a strong batch, they might not want it to be strong. So we should just make it normal and I'll suck it up. No?
So what I would do normally is I would do 30 ml and I would infuse that at 1,000 milligrams.
My goal here is let me explain to you what I am thinking here. And before we go any further, I'm thinking that we're doing all this powder and all the MCT oil and everything into one big batch. Is that what we're talking?
Nope.
No.
No, because you're going to do 120 ml because you might as well make enough to fill your bottle, or do you only want to do
I want to make enough to fill 5 of my bottles. If I have enough to make 5 of my bottles, I want to fill 5 of my bottles.
You wouldn't really. You could do 2.5.
Well, yeah, whatever. However many bottles it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do.
But I want to end this powder, and I want to order my next powder and get it on the way. So
okay, so
we're
going to make your batch.
Yeah, and so let's make it so everybody can make it. So they get a big
so
batch.
basically, what we're going to do with you is we're going to do 300 ml of MCT oil to 10 grams of CBD powder.
You're speaking Spanish to me,
right? So you're going to use
mLs
to use your full bottle of CBD.
Yeah.
In your graduated cylinder is going to be in mLs, or the side of your beaker will be in ml, because that's the.
Well, this thing is everything has like the ml writing on the sides. Now, I have smaller ones and bigger ones, but I figured we would just pour all the powder into that big thing, pour as much of the fluid you tell me to pour into that fucker, mix it up, smoke it.
Well, we're going to put the fluid in first and then the powder.
Okay. Okay. Do I need a wisp?
No.
I
But
don't.
what wouldn't be bad to have is a bowl of warm water that's
Okay.
going to be just deep enough to submerge your beaker into. It doesn't have to be hot water, but if you can, even the hottest water from your tap, right, which usually comes out 140, that'll be fine.
Okay. What I need to do is I need to take a half a second here. So can you control this? Are you going to be able to handle the crowd if I walk away? Because I got to go get Mrs. Hippie, and she doesn't seem to hear me on the other side of the house.
Right.
I mean, I can wait till the commercial. Are we going to be able to make this in 45 to an hour? You know, if I wait.
It can go very, very quickly.
Oh, okay. So then we can wait till the commercial, and then
Yeah,
I'll go
we
get
can do that
Mississippi and the 420 song. Yeah, and then I'll go get Mississippi. We got calligraphy and Muck Sticky coming up for our 420 song. So,
Yeah, Garrett, I can send that to you after the show for sure.
all right. Anybody got any questions? It is Expose My Plant Monday.
Is your plant handy?
It would be in that same trip to go get Mississippi, but it's starting this week, starting tonight. Probably it'll stay in here, and it's going to be coming here now.
Why don't we do your plant tomorrow so
Okay.
we can top it at the same time?
Okay. I don't want to top it. I love it. It looks so pretty.
Well, it's gonna actually be beneficial for the plant because you're gonna start to now train it properly to maximize production for the space that you're going to use.
I'm thinking about using this little 8-foot room I'm in.
Can you control the light cycle?
Yeah, I can turn it off, all the lights, and then I can turn them on.
All right, as long as you can keep it dark enough in the dark cycle, then you'll be fine.
It's pitch black in here in the dark. It's
that's
dark.
all that matters.
That's what I'm saying. And then I get in here. I'm usually off for about 6 hours, and then I'm in here the rest of the day. So I'll put their lights on. I'll put my lights on, and I'll put it over by the window so that the window can get some sunlight as well. And then I'll just take it away from the window and put it down.
When you go into flower,
Uh-huh.
Just remember when you decide to go to flower on this, you're going to need 12 hours solid dark.
Yeah, I got
so put it someplace where you can control 12 hours of dark.
Yeah, by then I'll have that little closet thing area. But I think we're going to grow it tall. Can I grow it tall then?
Because you're going to use a photo period, you can actually grow it as big as you want before you flip. So basically, in the veg cycle, before you switch the lights, you'll want to take it to half the height you want it to finish at. So let's say you want to finish it at 4 feet. You'd want to take it to 2 feet first, and then flip it into flower, because you'll get about another 2 feet of growth.
Right. Has
so
Christopher sent you any pictures of his lately? I haven't.
Not since last week.
Yeah, I mean, she's looking beautiful. Mine out there. I'm afraid to touch it now. I'm starting to get a little nervous because this is where, like, no nutrients. Should I be adding nutrients right now? I mean, right now she looks gorgeous. She's flourishing beautifully. Not a color on any leaves.
Used worm castings, right? And
yes, and actually somebody wrote in the chat. Did you see that? I didn't tag you. I should have tagged you.
No.
Somebody wrote in one of our chats somewhere about worm castings, and I said, absolutely, currently. They wanted to know, did anybody ever use worm casting? So if they're here and they're listening, tell them why I'm using worm castings.
Well, because basically what worms do is they eat the decaying stuff that's in the forest or the woods, or so they eat the dead leaves, they eat the dead grass, they eat all this organic matter, and then they poop it out, and they enrich the soil with a lot of nutrients. And those nutrients are good for your plant. So there's a few things you can do. You can do the worm castings. You can do what they call fish emulsion. You can do bat guano. You can do sheep's manure. Basically, when you go outdoors, it's good to make that mix one time before you fill your pots. And then you'll have a lot of nutrients to get you through the beginning. And then you can use supplemental ones later on, especially to spike your flower, right? Because your nutritional requirement for the plant changes in flower from what it is in veg. You want to, and I always get them confused, but you either want to eliminate the potassium or eliminate the phosphorus, and I never remember which one, but one of them you want to eliminate in the flowering phase because the plant doesn't require it to produce fruit, right? So you bump up the other two and then drop that one down.
So my overall thinking on my plant is that it's
Yeah.
only one. It's only one. It's this season, and I'm done
Yeah.
until the beginning of the spring. I'm going to start getting ready to start in the spring, and by spring, I should be able to put them outdoors because they're going to pass this. It voted 33-3. I mean, it's pretty overwhelmingly that it's going to pass. So we're going to be able to grow here. So my goal, I said, why spend all this money on all this extra shit right now for if I can maintain it till it's the right height and then put it outside in the future, then that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to put 6 or 8 out.
Oh, you want to grow it all winter and then put it outside?
No. This one we're going to
say.
No, this one we're gonna do indoors, and however it comes out, it comes out. I'll live whatever it comes with because it'll make it to the next season, hopefully.
Right.
And then but then next season it's gonna be outdoor all year. I'll grow them in here until they're a foot or two tall and ready to. Until you say they're ready to go outside, I'm gonna have my tires set up. I'm gonna have the whole garden made up and ready to go. And then next year it'll be an outdoor grow, and it'll probably be an outdoor grow from here on out. But it'll be 6 or 8 plants where, I mean, it'll be whatever they tell me I can do. But
you'll want to start at the beginning of March to prepare them to go outside the 3rd week of May.
Right. I found another seed in my jar. Shout out to Cresco for getting seeds.
Well, I would say when the time comes for next summer, if you're going to be serious about what you're going to do.
Yeah, you keep saying that we get clones, right?
Yeah, we get you connected to Jacob. And anybody out there who wants to,
Jacob should have been on the show already.
Wants to grow next summer, we'll get you connected to Jacob, and you can get some clone stock from him, and he's
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and then it'll be and then I'll just have 4 tires set up in the backyard, and we'll grow my 4 clones because that's all I'm allowed to grow. But you know what I know. You don't know what I know. I live in a very good area for.
You can technically do 2 per tire and then kind of weave them together so that nobody would ever know that they're actually 2. They look more like 1.
Don't give away all my secrets. No, I'm going to plant tomatoes next to it as well. So it's a pot plant, a tomato plant, pot plant, tomato plant, pot plant, tomato plant, pot plant, tomato plant, pot plant, tomato plant. And so when they're flying over with the helicopter, they see tomatoes.
Yeah, but if you're allowed 4 anyway. And what gives it away? It's the color of the plant. That's what they notice from the air.
It's the purple shine that you get from those plants.
And the shape. I saw a picture on Facebook, I think it was yesterday, or maybe Instagram, of a massive field someplace. I would imagine it was most likely in South America from the appearance of the geography. But oh my God, the plant is so distinctive. You know what I mean? Like just so distinctive, even from the perspective that this picture was shot from, which was down a trail over a small bridge and then looking into the field. You could tell immediately what it was. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't see any leaf shape or anything, but you could just see the shape of the plant. And it's just so obvious. You know what I mean? So no wonder they're able to find it from the air.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen photos like that myself. I'm sorry, I was looking at my phone. I had a message.
That's okay.
I've seen fields like that, pictures of flying over, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful plant.
Yeah,
such a nice, like yours, right behind you. I mean, that's just like exactly what we're talking about, right behind.
That's the field.
A big old field of beautiful.
I actually had my my cousin sent me a picture of his plant the other day. And he's on top of a 6-foot step ladder.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the plant is still
4
head
feet
high for him. Yeah. And he's grown that here. Like he's half an hour away from me. Yeah. You know, he's pretty close. And he's done that here and managed to get the plant to that size in a single summer.
Yeah. Well, and guess what? You're moving to the city. You're going to be planting in cement now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately.
That's right.
You can't plant.
I was telling my wife the other day, like I don't think this place we're going into this year is going to be suitable, but I have a feeling we'll only be here for a year and then
You're gonna
into
find
another
what you
place.
need. Yeah, you're gonna get what you want, and eventually,
Yeah,
but
and
this
I'm
is
going
the
to find
holdover.
a place where I can set up a tent. You know, I'd like to do like a 6x6 or an 8x8 foot tent.
I'd like you to do a little bit bigger so you can send me some stuff.
Yeah, no, I can't say anything to do with that.
Oh, not you, not to Canada. No, yeah, no.
No. We have a big divide between us that just seems like a little line, but when it comes to cannabis, that little line is like
they built a wall.
Yeah, and I've once bitten, twice shy. They say, right?
Yeah,
That's an
no,
old great white
you ain't
saying.
even. I'm not even allowing it. You ain't allowed to do nothing.
No,
I can't do this.
no way.
You got
Not unless you're willing to put money in my commissary and accept my collect calls.
You've got to collect call from a prisoner at Canada State Penitentiary. No, can't do that. That's not going to be good for the show. Anyway, let's do our commercials and our songs, and I can go find Mrs. Hippie. I think she's on break or something. I don't know. I'll be right back.
There we go.
Listening to the
And I'll grab the
Hippie
stuff we need, and we'll get to it.
and DoktorHigh. Yeah, and I got to get her boiling some water before that. So I'll be right back. You guys hang in there. We'll be right back. We're going to make CBD. What?
You can just use water hot from the tap. It doesn't have to be boiled.
Yeah, no. I live in the mountains, bro. My water comes out lukewarm.
Well, it only really needs to be like, you only want it to be a little bit warmer than normal, right? So 110, 120 degrees would be sufficient. A lot of times you don't even need it. It just takes time.
Yeah. All right. I'm
That's
on
all.
it. Let me hit this commercial button or we're never going to get done. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, man.
We'll be right back.
This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're going to go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you going to do? You're going to go grocery shopping. Cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. I'm going to go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen.
Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. Public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Da.Hippie, PA today?
Doffin? What's in Doffin?
Bella's badass crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today, I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok
Excuse
and
me.
Facebook. But you can also find them at the
All
top of
that
the
running
mountain in
around.
Dauphin, PA.
They are badass.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
They're pot.
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
just call
You're in front of me, I
506-871-4299. Tailored herbs and concentrates.
We're all the potheads go.
WTHC brain fart. Sorry. We got 420 songs. Here we go. Calligraphy with THC.
Hey, it's Bill Schmidt Jr., a.k.a. Billy Blaze, a.k.a. 420 Kid of the Holistic Cloud. R.I.P. to my man, Derek Crum.
So I'm going to use the big one to mix it in.
My dude means little homie,
Yes.
nigga, Big Just.
Yes.
Jack the Apostle.
Yep.
Relieved.
Smoke 'em
And your graduated cylinders.
Feel like autumn leaves falling. Only problem needs solving is seeing who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in. Need to holler at Billy. He keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air push by the bush. Wow. Screaming loud. Still smoking. Having nice dreams floating through space. So when they ask me how high, my reply, I'm half baked. Sir, smoke a lot. Doctor says.
DoktorHigh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Mrs. Hippie just told me how to fix this so I can hear you, and the music is still playing out there.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's good.
Oh.
So, is this
They
good?
can't
Did
hear
you
the
see
music
this
in
video?
here now. Yeah, I see that. I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's a scale.
Oh, okay, yeah, so scale. All right, I need to turn the music back on. I'm losing my mind. Put my penis in the water here.
Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Got sunshine in my pocket on a Sunday stroll. Homie got the rap, give me the sack. Let the good times roll. Therapy, earth, body, and soul. World, give me beat. Bel Air Kush, give me mental control. Hell lit, back roll. 5 hats told. The studio we roll. Bring relief. We the musical. I need to know. Healthier than hip hop. Mother, give me herbs that fill spot. My medication, kid to a kill shot. Many strands, lay hands in stressful situations. Out of all the girls in my life, Mary Jane, a reservation. Here, the 23, raise your hand.
So I don't really have to show it as much as you're showing it, right?
No.
This is it. You guys can see him right there, right? Mississippi's running around, freaking out, trying to get it on the camera. Look, you got
No, it's not necessary. And no feedback. That's good.
Roll that shit, lick that shit,
burn it, roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it, roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it, roll that shit. What's up? What's up? We're about to make some CBD. Pay attention right there in that box down there.
Lick that shit, burn it, roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it, roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
What's going on,
Oh,
Jack?
look at that. I can finally show you guys I can use the phone, eh? That's good.
WTHC, we're back hanging. It's 1:20 over here. Happy 420 to everybody out there. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to skip the muck sticky. We'll play that again in a couple minutes, but we've got to get this going because my water's already cooling off.
It doesn't matter. I won't even use warm water to do this, but
okay, so
if you're going straight into your bottle, you could just shake it up and let it sit for a little while and it'll fully emulsify.
Well, we're gonna do it right into that big container first, and then we'll pour it into the bottles after.
Yeah, I'm gonna do different measurements than you because I'm making mine for my dog, but I'll give you the numbers.
Powder's over there on the shelf. Little container.
Let me know when you're ready to roll.
I'm ready. I got my container of powder.
How you doing, Mrs. Hippie? We're about to turn you into a chemist, a CBD chemist.
You're about to turn into a chemist.
All right, so you ready to
always
go?
wanted to be a chemist. All right, we have our container of powder open.
Yeah, but first we're going to start with the oil. So in
oil
that
first.
beaker.
Now wait a second. I'm doing the whole powder, right?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do the full thing for you. I'm gonna use different measures, but I'm gonna do the same process.
Right. All right.
Because I'm not making 10 grams worth. I'm just making 600 milligrams worth. So
I'm making 10 grams worth.
Yeah, because I'm just making for my dog, right? So I need to make a different dose for him.
Right. All right. So we have our MCT oil.
Okay. So how many milliliters is in that bottle, Michelle? Can you see?
How many milliliters is in that bottle, Michelle? 4.43.
Okay, so you're going to want to put into the beaker 300 ml.
300 mLs.
300. Okay, so just as simply as if you can see,
we might not need the scale anymore, right, DoktorHigh? Because we're powdering it all in there.
You won't need the scale because you're using it all.
Right, we're not going to.
Right, but I'm going to use the scale so people will see the process anyway. Because I'm going to.
She's putting 300. You do what you got to do so the people at home can see.
So basically, here's a graduated cylinder. It's got all the measures, the ml measures on the side, so I can see what I'm doing.
I have the exact same thing, except for mine is plastic. His is very fancy glass. So that's MCT oil, coconut MCT oil.
Yep, that's what I'm using. Okay, so there's my measure there.
All right, Mrs. Hippie is pouring a little back. She went a little above the 300 mark.
Okay.
She's doing a great job. She hasn't spilt anything yet.
And now I have my measure. I'm going to.
Right. So now you're putting a certain amount of powder in. Now tell everybody what the different sizes would be for somebody who wants to take it for themselves, because you're making it for your dog.
Okay. If I was making it for myself, for each, and the other problem I have is this bottle is 60 ml, right? So usually when I make CBD, I make half this amount, 30 ml. And in a 30 ml bottle, I would put 1,000 milligrams or 1 full gram for a human. But because I'm making this for the dog, I'm only going to use, because for his body weight at 100 pounds, a good dose for him is 100 milligrams, 10 milligrams a day. Right? So I'm going to make him, right. So this is going to be good for him for 2 months.
Right.
This mix here. So because I'm going to do it a little different here, I'm going to take my MCT oil and I'm going to go directly into this container. Now that I have a proper
We're
measure.
not doing that because
you're not doing that part because you're going to use the whole thing.
Right, right.
Okay, so now here's the measure here. Now for me, because I'm going to do it this way, I'm going to turn on my scale.
Now, can you show everybody the front of your scale so they see what it looks like, or is that a pain in the ass?
So that's my scale there. It's a triple point scale. So it's designed for powders.
Right. Powder.
It's not so you could weigh anything on here, but it's really designed for accurate weights when you're at low weight.
Right, right.
Okay. So I'm going to tear this out. Then I have the small bowl here.
Little thing that you're going to weigh it in, right?
Yeah, this will be what I use. This is the cup that I'll use to put the CBD in.
That's what you already put it. You already put it on the scale, and then you teared it out so that it.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay.
So I put my cup on the scale, and I'm going to hit the tear button to bring it to 0.
Now it goes back to 0. So now the cup is part of that weight. Now it should go to negative, right?
Yeah. No, it'll stay at 0 now because when I put the cup on, it was at 3 grams.
And
So I
then you're going
teared
into
it out.
zero.
So those 3 grams disappear, and we're at 0.000.
Right now, that
And
couple count.
I also calibrated my scale this morning.
Oh.
So I set up the calibration so I know it's accurate.
You're so smart.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a regular kitchen knife, and this is the CBD isolate. This is what it looks like. It's just a white powder.
Mrs. Hippie can now move ahead and pour ours all into that
Yeah,
Earl.
all 10 grams.
Into the Earl.
Yeah.
All 10 grams. Yep. That's what he said. You need something?
And then, as always, the dirty knife.
Lick it.
Because CBD don't hurt nobody.
CBD don't hurt nobody.
Maybe.
Mrs. Hippie is fighting me on licking it. I tried to tell her that she needs to lick it. Lick it, Mrs. Hippie.
It's not necessary. You can lick it for Mrs. Hippie.
No.
No.
She's the licker in the family.
Oh, yeah? How long you been married?
20. Yeah, it's been quite a while. Now that you mention it, it's been quite a while. Hey, don't hit me.
Right.
I can't defend myself.
It's as simple as this. There is my CBD right there. Weighed out, ready to go.
How many grams did you put there?
I put 0.6 of a gram. So a little over half a gram for the dog.
So do I need to mix this with like a spoon?
He said no. Put it.
Usually I do this in a mason jar, so it's a little bit of a struggle to get it through the small neck of this bottle, but that's okay. It's more about the process than the perfection.
And then you shake it when we put it into our containers.
Oh, it melted almost immediately.
She said she put it in the warm water to help it melt because it was still a couple of big clumps in there.
That's exactly it.
It melted almost immediately with the warm water.
Yeah.
Now she put the container. Can you show everybody? So, because there are a couple special people out there like Curly Cow. Yeah, you bring the whole container up in front of the camera right here.
Can you move your body?
Yeah, I did. I'm out of the way. So you're not pouring it into the water. You took the container out. Take the container out, and you put it into the water like that, and then you let it in.
Yeah, no, you're just using the water to warm the mixture. Yeah, you're not.
Your new iron pan or iron.
You're not trying to add any water to it. So now I have put the CBD into the bottle.
Right.
I'm going to simply put the cap on.
Now, it doesn't have to be in a little bottle like that. I mean, is it bad to get air to it or anything like that? I mean,
well, I mean, it's a
I'm not gonna leave it in this container, but if let's say I have a mason jar and I want to keep it in the mason jar and then pour it into my thing once a week. I don't have to have 7 little bottles right now, right? I could just keep it in a jar and pour it into my vape juice container once a week.
That's right. You keep it airtight and in a cool, dark place because light is the enemy of cannabinoids, THC and CBD.
It doesn't hurt to stir it, right? Because there's still one.
No, not at all. Look what I'm about to do with it.
Yeah, he's shaking it up.
It's only because I have a lid. You don't have a lid on the beaker. If you did this in a mason jar.
Yeah.
That's what I would have you do.
Shake it up, baby. Now. Put it in a mason jar or something that we have.
And now I do have some small. It's hard to see, but there are some small.
Right now,
I'll get you a mason jar.
If you can see, there's some small chunks in there, but those will be gone.
It's a lot easier
momentarily. It's such a simple thing to do.
It was very easy. Mrs. Hippie was like, "That's what you needed me for, you fucker."
Yeah.
Because I took her away from work. She was out there in a zone working hard out there, and I don't want to take her out of her zone. But she's like now pissed at me because I had her
No,
come in here.
it's really, really that
That's
easy.
what you had me in here for?
And you know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to do this, was because
now I can vape that.
Well,
now
and
you recommend I go out and I get a new coil though, right? You know, I should have a ceramic coil, or will this cotton one work?
Well, no, because you see the consistency, right? All the CBD's been absorbed in the oil, and the oil isn't any thicker than it was when you started. It's still just as liquid. So a cotton wick will pull this in very, very easily.
Okay.
You know, it's
So,
not necessary to have ceramic.
I have a 6-pack of cotton wicks coming, you know, right there, but I don't
I mean, you can use a cotton wick with this, no problem at all.
Yeah. That is awesome, and I'm gonna quit nicotine today, I think. Well, no, I got about a half a bottle left, so once I
And
finish
leave
that
some
half
of the
bottle-
flavor, right?
Yeah, well, once I get down
Because this
to like
isn't-
a mouthful left, I'm gonna pour some on top of it, and then we'll
Yeah,
go.
like this isn't going to taste good, and that's why I suggested the
Is
terpene.
it not going to taste good, or is it just not going to taste at all? I feel like you're just not going to have any taste at all unless you
It's
burn
going to
your.
have, yeah, it's going to have very little flavor.
Yeah, that's okay. As long as I
But,
get that smoke, am I still going to produce a big cloud of smoke every time I take a hit? That's my scare.
Well, not the same as what you used to with your vape juice, because vape juice has a couple of components. It has propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin.
Right.
The
One of them
propylene
makes the
glycol
cloud.
carries the flavor, and the vegetable glycerin gives the cloud. So we're not using any vegetable glycerin.
Now, can I, if I wanted to?
You could, but the simplest thing to do would be to leave a little bit of vape juice in your bottle and then add your
What am I going to
CBD
do?
oil.
Go out every month and buy a bottle of vape juice so I can put a little squirt in the bottom of every one of my new containers? I mean,
Well, no, if you
trying to
just want
defeat the
if you
purpose.
just want the cloud, then all you need to do is mix in some vegetable glycerin.
VG. The VG.
Some VG. Exactly.
Yeah, but
VG.
is VG bad for you?
Well, I mean, that's what all vapes are made from, pretty much. Not cannabis vapes, but all nicotine vapes and all vape juice is made from PG and VG.
And then a
So
whole bunch of other poisons if you're talking about that one.
what, VG?
No, your vape, your nicotine vape right there.
Well, these are the devices come from China, but the actual juice is made here in Canada.
Yeah, but does it
And
tell
they're
you
filled
what's
here
in
in
it on the
Canada, so-
package? Does it tell you
What's
in
that?
it? Does it tell you what's in there on the package?
I don't know if it does or not, but I know the guys at the shop pretty good because we're aligned. It's also
speaking of that,
it's also the dispensary where I go to.
Speaking of that, where is the dispensary you go to? In what town?
Tyendinaga, it's called.
That is not the town. Well, maybe. There was this it looked like I zoomed in a new place fairly close to your location. Were you listening somewhere else? Maybe by car, maybe, but fairly close to your location. And I went to zoom in to see where it was and by your house up in that area. You know how I can tell certain people where they live. And I came across it looks like a dispensary up in your area was right in that area that just happened to be listening to WTHC radio. Sterling or something.
Oh, I know Sterling. Sterling is
Sterling Dispensary was right there. I mean, I can't say it was them, but somebody in that general area was listening, and I thought maybe
That's
you were in
interesting.
there.
No, Sterling is Sterling's probably 20 minute drive for me.
Yeah, I said it wasn't right near you, but I figured
Yeah,
maybe
it's fairly
it was
close.
Yeah, it was
But
close
it's the
enough.
opposite direction to where I go. Because I like to go on the res, right? I like to shop in the First Nations.
Well, yeah,
territory.
like I said, I don't know if it was them or somebody, but when I zoomed in close enough and I was fiddling around with the map, all of a sudden I saw, wow, it actually gave me like the storefronts and everything. And I looked and I'm like, shit, Sterling Dispensary right there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, very. I was shout out to Sterling Dispensary if you're listening. Hi.
And just to show you, I didn't use any heat or anything when I did this. So I'm just trying to put a black background behind it, but as you can see, it is fully emulsified already.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a really simple process. But that's why I was saying, Hippie, that terpenes would be great. Because if you bought some terpenes, now you could flavor that CBD oil yourself by just adding some terpenes to it. But not only that, you could actually buy terpenes that are a premix of a specific strain. So let's say AC/DC, Blue Dream, Harlequin, Canatonic, whatever it is. They have like 100 different strains at the place that I used to shop at. Or you could buy just limonene, or you could buy just pinene, or you could buy just myrcene, or beta-caryophyllene, or carophile, or linalool, or pinol, or you know what I mean? And custom make that oil. So not only do you get the CBD, but you might get some anti-anxiety effects. You might get some.
Yeah, I was just going to say, my question is will you get the benefits of all those terpenes? Is that what that's all about?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, so now I don't even need weed anymore. I'm healthy because I got CBD and all the terp once I order my terps.
There's nothing like whole plant medicine, right? So there's always a place for herb. There's always a place for cannabis itself, whether it's extracted into an RSO, whether it is a full spectrum extract, a rosin, let's say. So there's a place for it. Yeah. When you're synthesizing it this way. Now, if you had THC, if you had distillate, we could add distillate to that juice with the same process. Add just a little bit of heat, and the distillate will emulsify fully into that MCT oil just as easily as the CBD does. And now you have a combination, right?
Now I have that whole batch right here, and that's probably how I'm going to make it. If I wanted to add distillate to it, how many carts or syringes, I should say, how many syringes should I add to make it really, really cool?
Well, it would be very, very expensive where you are to do that, because you just put in 10 grams of CBD.
Right.
To make it 1-to-1, you'd have to add 10 grams of THC distillate.
Oh, yeah.
So that'd be $700 for you to make that.
That's a lot. Mrs. I need $700.
That gets awful expensive. I'm going to back out here on my phone.
Yeah. Mrs.